What's going on, guys? It's Vintage Brian here, and we're back with another video. Now, I gotta say, you guys have been absolutely killing it with these collection videos. I mean, can we look at these views here?
This don't miss.
Y'all have been absolutely killing it with the support, which is why this week we're back with another video on my personal collection. And this week, we're focusing on the Air Jordan 4s. Okay, now here we are talking about all of my Air Jordan 4s. Now, I love the design of the Air Jordan 4. I think that when they designed this shoe, they absolutely killed it. It's such a unique shoe, and honestly, Jordan Brand tends to go crazy with some of the colorways that they drop on these Air Jordan 4s. Now, my personal collection, I have about 17 individual pairs of just the Jordan 4s alone.
Jesus Christ.
Now, that's still a good amount to have of just one silhouette, but without further ado, let's go ahead and show you all of my personal pairs. Now, starting off with pair number one, we have the Air Jordan 4 Nike SB Pine Green. Now, this arguably can be shoe of the year. When it comes to the materials and the color blocking of the shoe, everybody was going for these, and Nike did not make it easy to get your hands on them. You actually had to go for these at your local skate shops or on Nike Sneakers app, and we all know that getting a dub on Nike Sneakers is difficult enough, especially when they have limited quantities of a shoe like this. This was made in collaboration with Nike's skateboarding division, hence the fact that it says Nike SB on the back, and they made a couple of material changes to make the shoe more comfortable and more durable for skateboarders to wear them as they're riding their boards. As far as the colorway goes, I do love the way they applied the colors onto the shoe. I love the subtle hits of gum on the bottoms. The only thing that's a little weird to me, which obviously it has a purpose, they want the shoe to be comfortable as you're riding a skateboard, is that they changed this plastic tab to kind of a rubber material, which I like for comfort reasons, but for the look of it, I don't know. It just looks a little off to me. But other than that, guys, this arguably could be the shoe of the year. Jordan Brand hasn't really been doing too many crazy colorways that have gotten a lot of attention from people, but this one definitely does. So, the Air Jordan 4 Pine Green. Now, for pair number two, we have one of my favorite OG colorways of the Jordan 4, the Air Jordan 4 Fire Red. And just like the name implies, this shoe is absolutely fire. This shoe has had countless retros, and this is the most recent release that has the Nike Air on the back. Prior to this, they did release it, I believe, in like 2011, 2012, with kind of a hard, plasticky type of leather, and it made the shoe very uncomfortable, and honestly, as you wore it, it really made the shoe deform in a way that just made the shoe really age horribly. So when it came to this release, the fact that they gave us really good leather materials, gave us the Nike Air, it was just a huge improvement over the last release of the shoe, which is why it was an absolute cop. Now, having this shoe in my collection was a must. I have the Fire Red 3s, I have the Fire Red 4s, and I have the Fire Red 5s, so there was no way I was passing these up. I try not to wear them that often because, of course, they're a comfortable shoe. I love wearing them. I wear red all the time, so it just makes sense. But the leather is so good on this that as you wear them, they crease pretty good. And for that, I want to keep these looking pretty clean. Unless I can get my hands on another pair for a really good price, which the prices on these are just higher than what I really want to pay for them at this point. I have a pair. I'd rather just keep these in good condition and not have to buy another resale pair. Now, for pairs number 3 and 4, I'm actually going to talk about them together because they're very similar colorways. Pair number 3 is the Air Jordan 4 Green Glow, and this colorway is sick. You do not get these colors as often as you'd think, especially all together the way that the Air Jordan 4 did it this time. As far as the green on this shoe, I do like it because it gives me that kind of mint vibe, and I don't really have that in my closet. This pretty much is the only shoe that features this color, which is nice because it gives me that color palette and kind of diversifies the collection a little bit. Gives me more to wear, which is why I like this shoe. Especially having it after so many years since its release in this condition is really good because you really just don't see this shoe out there enough. But with a colorway that worked as well as this, you know that Jordan Brand is going to go ahead and copy and paste it, which is why pair number 4 is the Air Jordan 4 Infrared. And you can see that they mirror each other pretty well. Couple of slight differences, like the green glow on this Jordan pair versus the gray on this pair, and this pair features green glow a little bit more than this pair features the infrared colorway. But all in all, I think that both of these colors really do this color blocking justice. Very similar materials. I do prefer the green glow a little bit more to the infrared. Like I said, I have a lot of red in my collection, so this is just not a shoe I would wear that often. But I do think that these colorways are sick, which is why I could not pass either of these up. Now, pair number 5 is actually a pair that I've featured on this channel before. I'm going to go ahead and refer to the video right up here, but it's the Air Jordan 4 UNC. Now, I've got the entire UNC collection, so I, of course, was not going to go ahead and pass up on this pair, but really solid materials. It features one of my favorite parts of another Air Jordan 4 that I really like, which is the white cement print all across the midsole and the triangles here, as well as the back tab here. Really dope colorway, really stands out. It's a unique kind of shoe when you put it on your feet. Not mad at it. I just don't like this little hang tag that they put on the tongue, but I can look past that because it is a dope shoe. And anything else I have to say about this shoe, you can go ahead and refer to that video, like I said. I actually did just hit on the Air Jordan 1 UNC Toe shock drop, so you should have a review featuring another UNC colorway coming to you probably next week when I get my hands on the shoe, so stay tuned for that. Now, pair number 6 is a shoe that everybody in the sneaker community has been dying for Jordan Brand to go ahead and re-release, and that is the Air Jordan 4 Military Blue. Now, I love this shoe, but I can't wear it because this shoe has absolutely seen better days. But I'm going to keep them in the collection until Jordan Brand goes ahead and gives us this re-release. Such a dope colorway. White and blue, you can't really go wrong with it. It has that small hint of gray in the top half of the shoe on the toe box. But all in all, this shoe has a unique shade of blue to it. And we are absolutely dying for this colorway to come back. Jordan Brand, I don't know if you'll ever watch this video, but you're missing out. Like, take my money and just give me this shoe again. I'm hoping that when they do re-release it, they give us Nike Air on the back. But really timeless colorway. Jordan Brand, come on. But that pair actually leads me to my next pair, because pair number 7 is the Air Jordan 4 Military Black. And look at my face. It's a copy and paste, okay?
You got it set to M for mini, when it should be set to W for Wumbo.
If you thought I was going to say anything else about this shoe, you were wrong. It's the same shoe I just showed you, the Military Blue, but they replaced everything that's blue with black. And it's almost a spit in the face, Jordan. Like, you gave us this. You were one color away from making my dreams come true and taking my money even more. But I can't knock this shoe. It's still a black and white shoe. You know black and white shoes kill it. Everybody can wear them. They're neutral colors, so of course they're going to sell out. They gave us decent materials. I'm not going to sit here and say that they're the best materials, but it is a nice, kind of soft leather to it. And you can't really go wrong with a black and white shoe. Now, for pair number 8, we do have another colorway that, in my opinion, is not my personal favorite, but I was able to get them for retail, and I knew that they were reselling for a good amount, so I figured I'd grab them, and then I ultimately ended up wearing them because I wear my shoes because that's what they're for. But pair number 8 is the Air Jordan 4 Red Thunder. This shoe had a lot of controversy when it released because a lot of people actually got quality control issues on this shoe. There was a bunch of pairs that had the sole glue all across the suede, or the suede scuffed up and messed up. So for you to be able to get your hands on a clean pair with no issues was a big deal. And thankfully, my pair did not have any issues. I actually won this shoe for my sister as well, and hers did have a couple of the glue marks that some people had on their pairs. But all in all, it features that kind of infrared look. The only thing I don't like about this shoe, which some of the Jordan 4s I have shown you actually feature this, is that they have this new kind of fatter tongue on these Jordan 4s. Some of them have a slimmer tongue, which are more comfortable. I feel like when they do this fat tongue thing, they make the shoe kind of feel tighter, and it honestly bothers the hell out of my foot. But I can't knock this shoe down. It was inspired off of another colorway that Jordan Brand has done in the past, which is actually the next pair. Number 9, the Air Jordan 4 Thunder. Now, the Air Jordan 4 Thunder is really not my overall cup of tea. The black and yellow thing was cool when they first dropped because it was the first time that Jordan Brand kind of did this color blocking. But a lot of people wanted this shoe to re-release. I wasn't one of them. I could care less about it, but I was able to get it for retail, so I can't really be all that mad about it. Not saying that it's an ugly shoe. It's just that overall, I don't really wear that much yellow anyway. So for me, this just wasn't a shoe that was screaming for my attention. I got them for retail. I can't be mad at it. So I'm going to hold on to them until I feel like I just don't want them anymore. Now, the funny thing about this shoe is that in real life, anytime that you hear thunder, you know that what comes next is always lightning. Which is why pair number 10 is the Air Jordan 4 Lightning. Now, this shoe, in my opinion, is a better application of the color yellow compared to the Thunder 4s. I'd rather this colorway over that colorway. In my opinion, I just like the way that they applied the gray and the yellow on this shoe versus that shoe. I still don't wear yellow all that often, and it's still not my favorite Jordan 4, but I definitely rank these higher than those, which is why I have them in my collection. Now, pair number 11 is actually a unique colorway for Jordan Brand to even release, and that's the Air Jordan 4 Shimmer. Now, when this shoe got released, I was super hyped to go ahead and get my hands on this release because to me, this reminded me a lot of the Air Jordan 4 Off-White. Now, at the time, a lot of people referred to these as the broke man Air Jordan 4 Off-White because these shoes go for a lot of money. And while I have spent that money on other shoes, I don't think I would pay it for that kind of shoe anymore because of the fact that I think that the color application on this shoe is better. Overall, really kind of unique materials. This isn't like a regular leather like we're used to on Jordan 4s, but I like the see-through kind of triangles here. I do like this kind of translucent sole that they added on the bottom here. Mine is dirty, and I apologize.
No! No!
But I definitely got to clean these up so that the bottoms don't yellow over time. And they actually gave us a really dope lavender kind of lace. I don't really know why they gave us the lavender, but I could probably make a dope fit with the lavender laces on this shoe. But yeah, this shoe doesn't resell for a lot of money compared to what it actually released for, which is dope because if you really want this pair, don't want to pay that kind of money, and think that this is a shoe for you, they don't go for too much more than what they actually released for, so you should be able to get your hands on them. Now, pair number 12 is the Air Jordan 4 Toro Bravo. Now, this shoe, when it released, flew off of the shelves because anybody who's a fan of Bred wanted this shoe. This was the first time that the Air Jordan 4 received an all-red upper, and it had really good materials for the release date that it had, so it flew off the shelves, and now anybody who's got these in their possession is taxing or overcharging for this shoe. Now, quick little history on this shoe. This is actually based off of the 2009 Air Jordan 5 Raging Bull. They took everything that worked on that shoe and they applied that concept to the Air Jordan 4 and renamed it the Toro Bravo. Now, for any of you guys who don't know Spanish, Toro Bravo means Raging Bull in Spanish. Congratulations, you learned something. But with the success of the all-red shoe, they re-released the Air Jordan 5 Raging Bull, naming it the Toro Bravo this time. And this year, they did apply this all-red colorway to the Air Jordan 6. All things considered, when you put these shoes on your feet, they are phenomenal and eye-catching and honestly just a beautiful shoe to be wearing. So let me know down below in the comments, do you prefer the Air Jordan 5, the Air Jordan 4, or the Air Jordan 6 Toro Bravo. Now, pair number 13 is the Air Jordan 4 Cool Gray. Now, I believe these re-released in 2019, and when they re-released, they were heavily slept on. I got these as a gift from my girlfriend, and I believe we walked into Foot Locker and were able to just get these for retail. It's a simple colorway. You get gray nubuck across the entire upper. You get white midsole and a black sole at the bottom with some small hits of yellow on the back of the tongue, on the tongue, and in the bottom. Other than that, nothing really too crazy going on with this release. But if you're going to find these shoes nowadays, you're going to pay more than you probably would want. I have worn these down a little more than I wish I did, but they're not wrecked. But some people have definitely completely cooked their shoes, like destroyed them. But I'm glad to have these in the collection because it's different. I don't really have many gray Jordan 4s or all gray shoes as a whole. This is a dope colorway to have. It was a gift that was given to me by my girl, so of course it has sentimental value to me. But yeah, the Air Jordan 4 Cool Gray. Now, as a sneaker collector, it would be absolutely shameful if I didn't have these in collection, which is why pair number 14 is the Air Jordan 4 Bred. Now, this is the 2012 release, so it has absolutely seen better days. I got this from a friend of mine, and I actually bought them as a restoration project, but I've been hella lazy, which is why the gray sections are now brown, and some of the suede looks discolored, and the midsoles are cracking. It's a common thing that happens to Jordan 4s, especially over time and heavy use, but I am planning on fixing this shoe. I might actually make a video on it, so definitely let me know if you guys want to see that. But the Air Jordan 4 Bred, it's a classic colorway. It's arguably the best Jordan 4 to ever release. It just has so much hype around it. If you look at the resale for this shoe right now, it sells for ridiculous amounts of money. So being able to get these and make them as a restoration project so that they look really good for the price that I got them, you can't touch it. Now, pair number 15, it's actually insane how much money these resell for. I actually got these shoes on their release day, and I didn't even know they were releasing. I was just at the mall early enough where all the stores were opening, and when I was there, they received their shipment, and nobody else was there to buy them. Matter of fact, I think I saw Finish Line. There was one dude that was just eating up all the pairs at Finish Line, grade school sizes, men's sizes, and I thought he was being ridiculous. And now looking back at it, I should have gotten more, which is why pair number 15 resells for so much, the Air Jordan 4 Black Cat. Now, this is just an all-black Jordan 4. And if you ask me, it really isn't all that. But for whatever reason, people believe that this shoe is worth a lot of money. I bought these for retail at about like $190. And they're reselling, I think last I looked, it was like $800. Like, do you know how much money I would be able to make off this shoe if I bought at least one more pair? If I'd have known that these were going to resell for that much money, I would have definitely copped up a second pair. But the fact that I have one is good enough. I don't wear this shoe that much because I just feel like an all-black shoe. I just have a lot of other shoes that stand out a little more. But the Air Jordan 4 Black Cat. Now, pair number 16 is the Air Jordan 4 Tope. Now, when this shoe dropped, it went crazy. A lot of people assume that this would be kind of a similar colorway to what Travis Scott would have released for an Air Jordan 4. But this shoe has a lot of dope design elements. It has a nice suede upper, and it has a kind of like cracked suede / leather material on it. I don't really know what to describe this material, but it has it around the toe box and has it around the ankle areas. And then the hits of infrared are actually really nice. Now, the shoe itself, super comfortable. But with all the hype that this shoe had and how much I was looking for it for a good deal, now that I've had it for a while, I don't really see what was so freaking special about it. I mean, I wear them and I like them, but I just feel like now it's definitely gone down the list of what my favorite Jordan 4s are. It's a solid shoe. I don't know. Over the years, I'm growing out of this shoe as a whole. So I don't know if I'm going to keep it in the collection much longer, but it's here right now. Now, last but certainly not least, we have pair number 17, the Air Jordan 4 White Cement. Now, the Air Jordan 4 White Cement is arguably one of those shoes that sneakerheads all have to have alongside the Bred 4s. Oh, where my Thunder 4s at? Now, this is the 2012 release. Now, they did release this shoe in 2016, and it had Nike Air on the back. But this does have that plasticky kind of leather that I described with the Air Jordan 4s earlier in this video, which is the only downside of this shoe. The colorway, fire. I mean, I would get the 2016 release if they weren't $500. I got these for a stupid deal on eBay. I think I paid like $200, and I mean, they're in great condition for being 2012. So, I can't be mad at it. Jordan Brand killed it with this shoe. It's so iconic as it stands, and all the iterations that they've tried to make of this shoe with this colorway don't even come close. Like, later this year, those red Oreo, never mind. But the White Cement 4, it's absolutely a dope colorway. If you collect Jordan 4s, you know you gotta have this pair. Hopefully they re-release them soon so you guys can get them for a good price. But this is number 17. Alright guys, and there you have it. Those are all of my personal Air Jordan 4s. Let me know down below in the comments what your favorite pair was. Are there any that weren't in my collection that are in your personal collection? And, as always, stay tuned for the next part of my collection video. This is Vintage Brian, and we'll catch you on the next one.